What's going on YouTube? My name's Ty with the Dividends King, back with another video. Today we're talking about retirement and what's going on, my thoughts on retirement. I've been watching some videos that pop up on my page on YouTube about retirement, how some people, well, most of the people don't have enough for retirement. I saw a woman who's like 43. She just started investing in her retirement. She's got very little, and she has an apartment, no house, and she make like $70,000 a year and just start her Roth IRA, and she has a 401k, and she's trying to put enough in there where she don't have to work, or work is optional. And a lot of people that I see online trying to, well, I never thought about investing. I never thought about a Roth IRA, and I should have started years ago. And they're trying to catch up because we wasn't taught this. I mean, we should be teaching this in school. Honestly, the high retirement account should be one that you get taught in school, because the sooner you start, the better. But it's our job to teach our children this. So, a few takeaways that I saw in on these videos is that the people are not that old. They're like, I don't know, they're like mid-40s, so they still got time to invest. But you see how, number one, how time is very valuable. Time is valuable. And I've learned that the sooner you start investing, the better, right? So lesson number one for everybody out there: starting as soon as possible is the best thing you can do. Start as soon as you can in investing. Number two, if you have kids, start them investing. Because again, I started my Roth IRA when I was 4 years ago. So I was, 34 or 35? I think it was 35 on some of my Roth IRA. Wasn't that bad, but I only got $5,500 in there. Imagine if I started when I was 18 years old, or when I first worked at 15 years old. Well, at 15 years old, I started Roth IRA because you have to earn income, and you start at age 13 or 15, and you throw in $10, $20 into a Roth IRA. By the time you're 40, you've been having that for like 25 years. That money would have compounded, and you have more money in retirement. So I think about that. So I can't go back in time. So the best thing I could do is spread the word to other people. If you're a young person, start your Roth IRA. Cause I don't agree with this notion that you gotta pay off all your debt before you invest. Pay off all your debt, have an emergency fund, then you invest. I don't believe in that. I believe you should invest your money even if you have debt on day one, because again, if I started while I was 15 years old to now almost 40, I've had 25 years of growth. I could have bought a low cost index fund and been better off today than I am today. So that's why I say that. So that's a few takeaways. So the sooner you start, the better. So if you're a young person listening on right now, if you're young and you're in high school, you work a job, start you a Roth IRA. I'm saying start a Roth IRA and start a brokerage account, in my personal opinion. Lesson number two for retirement. I'm talking about retirement lessons I learned in retirement. We're not learning about retirement. If you have children, please start them with a brokerage account. Please start them a Roth account when they have earned income. Okay? Don't be like what I did or what our parents did. Make sure that your kids are invested. Make sure they have vested in a brokerage account, in a Roth IRA. You could go low income index funds. You go with VOO. You won't go. I might get financial advice, but VOO, right? So starting that for your children is great. If you can do that for your kids, start as soon as possible, and they'll just start when they're 20 years old, and then they're near 40, and that money has compounded over time, and more likely to have a 401k. So they have a work 401k, they have a Roth IRA, they have a 20, and they have a brokerage account. So I'm teaching my sons to invest. I already have them a 529. I already have them a custodial brokerage account, and the first dollar of earned income, they'll open a Roth IRA, point blank period, and they'll contribute to the Roth IRA. If they live under my roof, they'll go contribute to the Roth IRA with their first paycheck, because that's more important than anything else. It's not paying off all your debt. I believe you'll pretty much always have some type of debt. I mean, it's hard to find somebody that has no debt but a mortgage. They're out there, but I'm not saying get into debt. I'm saying wait to pay all your debt off besides the house and have emergency funds, then invest. How long will it take you to do that? And look how long it would take you, 2-3 years? And look how long you could go through your first $10, $20, $30, $100 in the market, and that could have grew 8% in 2 years. So exactly. One thing we don't have is time. You can always pay off debt, but you always lose time. The debt gonna be there, but you always lose time. So those are some lessons I took away. Spread the word. Teach my sons, hey, look, start your Roth IRA. This is your true retirement account. Just start it. Let's start to put some money, pick some funds, pick some comprehensive funds that we want to invest in for the long term. This is your retirement. So when you get your job 401k, you have a Roth IRA, you have a brokerage account that you had the brokerage account when you might even know. Aiden had his when he was 3 years old, and Avery had his when he was 6 months old. So you had a brokerage account when you were very young. You had your brokerage account when you were very, very young. You had it very young. So you always had this account. You always have this account. So these are some takeaways. And also start today. Okay, start today. If you don't have a Roth IRA, start one today. Go for Robinhood, start your Roth IRA. Because the older you get, the harder it is to put money in. Because the older you get, the more things you'll buy, the more debt you accrue. You may have kids, and then when you have kids, the older they get, the more expensive they get, right? So again, I'm telling you, as a person who's almost 40, start today. If you're a young person listening to this, you're probably no children, start today, because it doesn't get easier when you get older. It doesn't, because you buy more things. You might have significant other, you meet boyfriend or girlfriend, you get married, that costs money, right? And then you might have kids, they cost money, and you buy a house, that costs money. So I tell people, look, you're working, start your Roth IRA. Put the money in, don't touch it. You start your brokerage account. Put the money in, let it compound over time. So these are things I've learned with the Roth IRA. I'm glad I am where I am. I have a 401k. I have a brokerage account. I'm gonna keep contributing to my Roth IRA. Right now I'm making $2,995 a year, but that's gonna compound. I buy weekly ETFs and monthly ETFs that pays me every week. So I'm glad you see the snowball effect going into effect right now. You can see back in 2024, let's go this February, I made $5.41. That was in 2/4, so that's over 2 years ago. This year in 2/4, I made $214, right? Now I got 20 years to invest this. I got 20 years to reinvest, 20 years until I can take the money out. So that's good. In 2 years, that has increased. And you see the dividend, you see the compounding effect of this as well. So as I get dividend and reinvest the dividend, things will get better. You see at YMAX, I got $3.45. Everything was reinvested as well. So I like that a lot. Everything was reinvested back into these funds, and I can contribute as well to these funds. My biggest month so far was October, because again, it was 5 weeks in it. It had 5 Fridays and 5 Thursdays, I believe. I got $379 and that month, and I reinvested everything. Everything's on drip. Everything is on drip. So all I have to do is leave it on drip, add more money to it, and that's it. Don't take no money out. Don't take the dividend, put it somewhere else. Get that dividend and reinvest it. So you see where January of 26, I made 251, and January of 25, I made 143. So it's $100 difference, right? So I'm making more money, and the more money you make in dividends, the more shares you own, and the more shares you can acquire, the more money you make. So I'm glad I started now. I'll be 40 next year, so I'm glad I started now, or I started 3-4 years ago, and I'm glad I started because now I'm good to go. So I'm not getting financial advice in this video. I'm just saying I'm thinking more of my retirement and how to increase it more and how to make more money. There's two things I'm going to do. Add money to the account, buy more ETFs, put everything on drip. Those are 2 ways to make this thing grow. That's it. So that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching.